Here to talk about love during lockdown, rather, marriage during lockdown, living in with a completely different person who you've never lived with before, even if you've dated them. Living with someone and dating someone are two completely different things. So, I'd like to begin with talking about space between two people when you live together. Space being the most important, even if the other person is doing things you don't like, you shouldn't take object to. For a simple reason is it's their comfort zone, it's their stress buster. The same way you are stuck at home in a lockdown, so are they. So I guess that's something you need to keep in mind. If your husband likes to play PlayStation, let him play PlayStation, even if it's for hours and it irritates you. You either learn how to play it or you find something else to do. In all of this, I think the one thing you should keep in mind is don't just spend time together. Spending quality time and spending time are completely different things. So you both do your own things, but make sure you have 30 minutes of quality time with each other. That includes no phone, no TV, just the two of you. Intimacy. Intimacy is generally taken for granted once you're husband and wife. It's normal. It's something you've got to put into priority because with all the chores, with so much happening, it always takes a backseat. It's something you've got to make effort in to keep the spark alive. It's not going to work by itself. Two, have a date night. Do random weird things that you wouldn't generally do. Do the little things for each other. Do something special for each other. 3, this one's for the ones living with their in-laws, newly married, trying to figure themselves out, adjust into a new home, a new man, a new household, new rules. This one's just a mandate that I look at, that don't let your personal life go out. It is utmost important for you to make sure you mend your own fights yourself without a third person. 4, which actually is the pillar to everything: communication. Fight, argue, whatever you have to, but you come down and you sit down and you talk it out without foul language. Maintaining respect, even in the middle of a fight, is very, very important. Whatever it is, something that upsets you, angers you, even makes you happy, communicate it. You can't expect another person to assume that they're going to understand what you are thinking. 5, now this is something that's going to hit in soon: finances. One thing as partners we need to understand is we're not going to have the same life we had earlier. And financially, you got to support each other, hold each other. Many of us will not have jobs. Many of us will be struggling with our jobs. And this is the time you can't be unhappy with your partner, because at the end of it, all of us are trying. So these are a few things I follow in terms of house rules. Starting with number 1, never take a fight to the next day. Having ups and downs in these times are very, very common. Whatever it is, when you get to bed, those 15 minutes of in bed are very important. 2, good night kisses and good morning kisses. Good night kisses are very important, especially for the times you're not at the best place. 3, phones, TV aside during one meal in a day. I count that as quality time. No phone, no TV, just the two of you having a meal together. Very important on a daily basis. Something I've already discussed. Biggest rule for me: never use foul language, especially in the middle of a fight. Talk it out, communicate. Sometimes we can all be loud, it's all right. But do not use abusive, foul language. If at all you guys feel, no matter how hard you're trying and things aren't working, Reach out to a counselor, a therapist, a couple counselor. Reach out and make it work. Don't be embarrassed just because you're newly married.